Welcome back. For centuries, a mother's love has been seen as a sacred bond. But what happens when that bond is strained or broken? Well, there's a new book that's exploring that complex relationship between mothers and their adult daughters.
It's called Mother Hunger, and joining us with more now is author Kelly McDaniel. Kelly, thanks so much for joining us today. You coined the term mother hunger to describe your own emotional wound. So what does that term mean exactly?
Mother hunger is a term that describes what it feels like to grow up with an attachment injury. In science, it's called insecure attachment, but basically what it means is growing up without adequate maternal nurturing, protection, or guidance. It's not a disorder. It's actually an injury that happens that feels like an emotional burden or an invisible heartbreak.
What are the effects on women who have this injury, as you've called it, this mother hunger, that haven't had their maternal needs met in childhood? And what is going on with the mother in that time as well?
It's good to remember that every mother is first a daughter, and epigenetically, our ancestral heritage impacts how we can mother our children. So this isn't a new reason to blame mothers. It's a better understanding of how this gets passed down from generation to generation. And the impact on women is usually shame, I'm not lovable, grief and anger. These emotions can come out as mood disturbances that sometimes will get a diagnosis, depending on how extreme the regulation or lack of regulation is. Most people with mother hunger at some point also struggle with addiction.
What other areas of life can this impact? Let's say romantic relationships and your professional life as well.
Exactly. Because our mother is our first love, she is the most important person who impacts our relational template, how we learn to bond, the way we bond. Does it feel good? Does it not? So whatever we learned, sometimes before we even have memory or language, in the first 3 years of life, we learn if bonding feels good. We'll carry these lessons throughout the lifespan, and however we related to our mother is generally how we're going to feel about ourselves, relate to our lovers, our friends, our colleagues, and ultimately one day, our own children.
You talk about in the book something called pathological hope. What's that, and why can it be so damaging?
Pathological hope is a term that explains what it feels like when you're grown up and you go to your mother for comfort or for understanding or for a sense of safety over and over again. You don't get it. It doesn't happen. You come away maybe depressed, disconnected, unhappy, but you still go back hoping it will be different. We can do this for decades because there's an enduring hope. And I call it pathological when we put ourselves in danger by going back when there's no one there.
So there might be people watching this morning who think, okay, this is really speaking and resonating with me. How do you heal from it and break the cycle?
Well, the good thing is healing begins when we find a right name. So if you are someone that has mother hunger, chances are your body will recognize it when you hear me say it. That begins the healing process. The body knows how to heal, it wants to heal, but if it doesn't have a name for what's causing pain or distress, it sometimes freezes and the body gets a little slow to heal. But the name is the first start, and then we can seek out support. When we learn what the three essential elements of mothering are, nurturing, protecting, guiding, we figure out what we didn't get, and then we go replace it as adults. We become our own mother.
Well, it's going to relate to a lot of people out there, Kelly. I think it's really fascinating. Thank you for your time. Kelly McDaniel's best-selling book, Mother Hunger, is out now.